Hey guys, so this is the next day. I did a video about squash bugs, vine borers. Did it work? The things I've been doing to try to stop the vine borers, squash bugs. So I didn't get to cut the leaves off like I usually do, and so I'm going to share with you quickly what I did, and I believe this was a success. I did find one plant that had a vine borer that was getting into it. I pulled it up, cut into it, and of course killed it. But I was just checking it out to make sure that's what was going on because it was just starting. So I would say these plants are done, because yesterday I seen some spots of powdery mildew, and once it's just the season that we're in. We got lots of rains. It's at the end of the cycle of the plant, and usually it sets in. To combat that, I don't spray. Usually I just keep the leaves cut out. I cut those out, and that kind of prolongs the plant. So I came out here this morning and cut the leaves and cut the ones that's off the ground. That's how I've been combating this, because it keeps the leaves off the ground. It creates you to be able to see in there. It helps when the sun comes up, you can see up under the plant to see if there's any eggs. So I found 2 sets of small eggs this morning, and it just keeps those leaves off the ground so that you can see the insects that's in there. It also creates that airflow, and it also creates it to where it has sun flow down to the base of the plant. So I will call this a success. So I started out with fish mulching because I heard that works because it stinks to high heaven. And I don't know if it works or not, but I do know it's good fertilizer, and it does the plants good. Then as the plants grew, when insect season was coming in, I sprayed at the base with garden spray. And so I sprayed down at the base with garden spray so it dripped down into that soil. And then I keep the leaves cut off, keep that leaves off of the ground. And that's pretty much it. Watch for insects. Come out in the morning, especially this time of the morning. It's probably about 6:30 when the sun's coming up, where I can see what's going on. And so all these blooms here are just male blooms. So I'm kind of waiting to see if anything else develops. The bees are out. It gives them food. And so if the powdery mildew kicks in too bad, because cutting these leaves out takes that powdery mildew, it helps it out, creates that airflow. Because you know, when you come out to the garden into the morning, then it's all, you know, it's got dew all over, it's wet, no air is blowing right now. But I will call this a success, because the fact that I got through a season without losing my plants, and because we're in the latter part of June, then we could say these plants are on their last leg. They look good. I see the airflow. I'm able to see in there if there's any eggs. And so I would call this a success. So all these blooms are putting out since yesterday. There's a lot more blooms, but like I said, these are male blooms. And I'm waiting, so those are male blooms down there. I'm waiting to see if anything develops out of this. But if that powdery mildew kicks in too hard, and see now the wind is starting to blow, and it's going to dry those leaves off right there. So that's going to help out. The sun helps out as far as those blooms. It helps me to be able to see. And so it's kind of like a twofold ordeal. But I would say by doing this method, putting fish and mulching out, because that fertilizes the plant. Don't know if that's, you know, creates them to, you know, stay out of here. But keep coming in here every morning, watching for eggs, keeping the leaves out so I can see the insects and see if there's any eggs. Then at a certain time frame when the insects are starting to roll, then I spray garden spray at the base. And then keeping those leaves cut off, but keeping the base size trellising, keeping the leaves off of that ground And that helps me to be able to see down there. It just seems to work. At least I got through a season. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on to the next video.